we've got some sun. How lovely. It's been gloomy and cold and windy all morning, and I thought I'll take my camera out just in case I fancy vlogging. And the sun's come out and the sky's blue. And now it's absolutely lovely. Good news for the dogs, longer walk for them. Yay! Beautiful, buddy. Is it beautiful? Yeah! I've got a ball in my pocket, but I'm going to let them play with that stick for a little while, because if I don't give them a ball straight away, they find other things to play with and they act like doggies. As soon as I give them a ball, that's all they're interested in. Buddy's stolen her stick. Now she's running rings round him. Whee! Off she goes. She's stolen it back. Trying to find shelter from the wind behind this tree. I can't work out where the wind's coming from. There? There, that might be it. Or the wind's just died down. Not sure which. I've got some stuff to talk about, but I might wait until I get home. I haven't got my microphone with me, and if it's really windy, then it affects the sound. Yes, a bit blowy. Got to say about my MOT on my car and walking through that flood. Oh, it's the biggest flood I've ever walked through. And my eye, last time I was vlogging was on Saturday, and there was something wrong with my eye. And yeah, that only just fixed itself today. But I will talk a bit more later on because it's a bit windy out here. So I'm going to walk these dogs, make sure they're nice and tired, and then I will do a bit of vlogging at home because I think it's too windy out here and it affects the sound, and I haven't got my microphone. So I will do this walk and then talk to you when I get back. What a lovely day though. The sun came out just for me. It's only just come out. Happy days. We are back. Let's put this on so you can hear me. Make sure it's connecting. There we go. So, right at the end of my little dog walk, and I saw a lady that I know that's got a dog that we know, and stopped and had a little chat. Buddy knows this dog, was playing with it. Long story short, we're standing there chatting for 10 minutes, and then this dog that we know just grabbed hold of Dottie, like round the back of the arm, and was attacking her and wouldn't stop. So Buddy joined in to stick up for his little sister, and I just had to stop a dog fight. But luckily, I know the lady, I know the dog, and I just ran over and shouted at her. I was like, stop! And then they all split up. My dogs came with me, her dogs went with her. So, yeah, just had Dottie in a dog fight. Anyway, no blood, no harm done. It's just dog behaviour, unfortunately. Dominant lady dogs. But the last time we saw her, she kept attacking Dottie, but not nasty, just like a dominance thing. And she kept pinning her to the floor, but Dottie kept laying over on her back and submitting. And that's what the problem was this time, is Dottie, every time she came near her, was going, no, don't come near me. And then it just eventually escalated. And they just had a little row, so I've just stopped that. I've got a very scary shouting voice when dogs attack each other, so that's just as well. But it split it up fine, there's no blood, no harm done, but I'm a bit like, woo! Just rinsing out these bottles. These are so cool, look. They are going up on my special shelf in there. My house is an absolute tip, so I need to do some cleaning and tidying. But yeah, so I was going to tell you I had my MOT this week, and about 2 or 3 days before, my headlight lamp went. So when it went in, it failed on that. But I already knew about that, so that's the only thing that it went through. But when I was on my way there, because I booked it after work, so I went straight from there after work, and there was a massive flood at the bottom, and I've taken some shorts of it, but I haven't actually talked about it on here. It was the deepest flood I've ever had to drive through, and the reason I do that is because I didn't drive through it. So I turned around and I wanted to stop and phone the garage to say, I'm trying to get to you, but the flood's so deep, I'm too scared to go through. It was still raining, and it had been raining, heavy raining, all day. But there was double yellow lines everywhere, so I had to drive halfway home and stopped as soon as I possibly could. And I rang up. I really like my garage. The people that work there are really nice. The mechanics are really nice. The girl on the desk is really nice. It's just, they're such nice people. And I rang her up and I said, I'm trying to get to you, but the flood at the bottom of your road's really bad. She said, oh, it's been like that for 3 days, if that makes you feel any better. But I went through it this morning. And I said, well, it's been raining all day, and I think you'll find that it's much worse now. And I was pooping my pants. I was so scared. It was so deep, and I didn't want to, on the way to getting my MOT, flood my car engine. So she said, oh, well, we can rebook, it's fine. She said, but if you go through the flood in first gear, high revs, don't stop, she said. She said, just don't stop in the middle. She said, if I have to tell my mechanics that they've got to come and rescue you out of that flood, they're not going to be happy, which made me laugh. So I was like, right, I'll give it a go. She talked me into it, and I went down there again. I went to the bottom. Through comes the van at me, and the flood is so long that you can't see up the road and round the corner to the other side of the flood. So you can't see what's coming and if there's anything coming at you or not until you're halfway through the flood. So a van came through and then I let the van go and I was like, right, I'm going to do it. Then another big like truck thing came through. And then I thought, I can't do this because if something comes at me and I've got to stop in the middle of the road, there's not enough room for 2 cars or vans or whatever to go through. So I would have had to have stopped in the flood if there was a car coming at me when I got halfway through it. So I panicked, turned around again, phoned Luke, and I said, are you at home? I need rescuing. And luckily he had finished and was in the village. So he came, parked his car, and he came and drove my car through the flood. And I went like this. I'll show you. I went like this. Just go, don't stop, just go, just drive, don't. And I couldn't even watch. I couldn't even watch him drive through it. I was so scared that my engine was going to flood. And there was another flood at the top of the road as well, which she did warn me about, but it wasn't as deep, that one. That was only about this deep. But this first one we had to go through was very deep. And we didn't think, because Luke had just finished work, I had just finished work, and we didn't think about walking back through it. And I've also done a short of that where both of us in our work shoes had to walk through this flood, and it came up to like the shin. It came up to the shin. It was so deep. Luke picked up his trousers, like pulled up his trousers and was like this. It was so funny. I was laughing, but I got to the edge of the water, and because there's no pavement either side, it was just banks with about this much muddy grass, and then the rest is trees and bushes and overgrown hedges and stuff like that. So there's literally, you had to walk down the road through the flood. And it took me a good few seconds to make myself do it. I didn't want to go through it. I had my work trousers on. I had my work shoes on, which I haven't worn since. They are still outside the front door. I'm going to try washing them, I think, because otherwise I'm just going to throw them away. I'm never going to wear them otherwise. So I am going to try, because Luke's was like black trainers. So he's just put his through the wash, but mine are like hiking shoes, like proper walking shoes, which I've never put through the wash before, so I am going to try and wash them. Otherwise, even if it ruins them, I wouldn't ever wear them now they've been in that water anyway. So I have decided today that I am going to try and wash them and see if I can wear them again, but I think I'm going to have to buy some new ones. But yeah, so we didn't think about having to walk back through the water, and when we went back, obviously, to go and get the car afterwards, when they phoned me to say that it was finished, we could both put our wellies on, and it was fine going through with wellies. It was only about halfway up the wellies, but both of us had ruined shoes going through the flood. But I was very pleased that my MOT passed. I must admit, I was a little bit nervous all morning because I thought, oh, is there going to be something that I don't know about that crops up that's going to need fixing? But no, there wasn't. It was just a headlight, and I already, when they rang me up, they said, oh, it failed at first. I went, it did? And they said, yeah, on the headlamp bulb. I was like, oh yeah, I meant to say that to you, but I forgot because I was too busy having a panic attack about getting my car up there. I was in a right frantic state because I'd had to get Luke to quickly come, because I was booked in for 2:30, and then Luke came and rescued me literally at like 2:20. So I was, instead of like half hour, 40 minutes early, and I was just going to leave my car and walk home, which is what the plan was, I ended up luckily being bang on time because Luke came and rescued me at 2:20, and my appointment was at 2:30. So, perfect timing, universe, because normally Luke's not home that early. It was like a one-off. I just happened to phone him just on the off chance that he might be local, and he was, and I actually wasn't expecting him to be, but he was for once running early because he'd gone to work really early in the morning and he'd finished earlier than usual, so that worked out very well. I did a stew yesterday and all of these bits have got dried on leek. We've washed up, but all the dried on leek's not come off. But yeah, then I had the drama at the weekend of my eye on Saturday night. My mum got me these. On Saturday night, I went to bed and had something in my eye. But I had I just got into bed, and then I was like, oh, there's something in my eye. And I didn't worry too much about it. I just thought, oh, it's just a bit of grit or a dog hair or something like that. I was like, oh, and just went to sleep. I didn't even think anything more of it. And I woke up in the morning, and my eye was really red and sore and a bit gunky. And all day on Saturday it was red, and I hadn't actually noticed until I did my little vlog. I did a little Saturday afternoon vlog. Luke's home. No, thank you. Get down. No, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Yeah, Luke's home. Yeah, so it was sore on Saturday. Woke up Sunday morning, if you can hear me, because the dog, 3 a.m, and I couldn't open my eye. It was stuck shut. And then Luke told me this scary story about how his dad had a bit of metal or something in his eye, and he had to go and get it cleaned out, and he said, if you've got something in your eye, we need to go to A&E and get it out. And I was like, nope, not after that story you've just told me. There's no way that they're going in the back of my eye and cleaning it out. They're not taking my eyeball out of my head. Do you know what I mean? And it freaked me right out. So all morning I was like, there's something in my eye, there's something. And I was really like, it was bothering me. And we had the cinema booked. And I nearly didn't go because I was so fretty about my eye. But anyway, I did, and it was fine. And today is the first day, what's today? Tuesday. It's actually felt alright. So, happy days. Hi! I'm going to go say hello to Luke.